just picking up where we left off, we've created our class, and we are Jacobus Marius, the Necromage. And Jacobus is a Breton, and we chose the sign of the mage. So we have 120 magicka because of our intellect of 60. So we basically have double magicka. And we're going to play as a magic class. This could be disastrous, folks, because I've honestly never done this in Morrowind, played as just a magic class. I could just get my ass kicked. I don't know yet. But looking at our major skills, you can see I went with a high conjuration skill. That's going to be really helpful. We're going to conjure some minions to help tank, and then we're going to burn people with destruction, and we're going to try and get the drop on them with our sneak skill. We've got unarmored so that we can maybe evade some of those ranged attacks from archers and whatnot. And if all else fails, we've got short blade skill of 15. We'll build that up, and some alteration and restoration magic to help escape and survive situations. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to try and do, and we'll see how that works. All right, so let's get cracking. So we're still in the census
Continue
office.
through to the next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
Thank you, Gensil. All right. We'll just close the door behind us. And because we are a necromage, we're just going to assume we have some borderline moral positions, and we are definitely not opposed to stealing. I don't want to be a complete kleptomania like a Khajiit character might, but I definitely think Jacobus doesn't have a problem stealing lots of alchemy ingredients. Definitely not going to steal that garbage. Sometimes I watch these Let's Plays of people who have never played Morrowind. It's like, let's just steal everything that's not nailed down. This is so cool, but it drives me crazy. I can't do it. The Firmament, this is really cool. This is a little book that tells you about all the constellations. We chose this one for our character, the mage, because it most represents what we're actually doing. The lady is a really good, probably the best one for a new player, because it gives you high starting health, and the high starting health is going to help you a lot. Also, the endurance gives you more health per level. So early on, it's good to have high endurance in Morrowind. Let's see, apprentice lockpick. Cool. What else do we have over here? Some crab meat. That's nice. I should take some of these things just so we can get a little money. Probably the most valuable thing here is the flint. That's worth 100. We're gonna we're gonna steal all their silverware. And I guess this knife is our first weapon in the game, so we'll just take that. Apparently this is a note. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger as sharp as a scamp's claw by morning. Gensil. Gensil is the nice gentleman we just met. Hriskar. Alright. There's some bread. This stuff's really not all that interesting. Silverware bowl, pitcher. I think there's some, yeah. And believe it or not, these are actually decent alchemy ingredients. Restore fatigue is really important in this game. The lower your fatigue is, the more difficult it is to level up and learn skills. So when your fatigue is maxed out, you've got more chance of learning your abilities. when your fatigue runs out, you don't learn as quickly. So you definitely want to keep your fatigue up when you're fighting, even as a magic character. The way we equip items in Morrowind is we open our menu and we just drop it in there. And with the F key, we can see if we can pick this lock. We do have a little security skill, so yeah. All right, we got a little bit of gold in there we can take. I think these random chests. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky and there's a bunch of gold in there. starting a new game, which is kind of cool. If you're a melee character, I totally would just take this, boost your strength up, combine that with the adrenaline rush on a red guard, and you've got like 70 strength. You can literally like one-shot enemies from the beginning of the game. Pewter plates, yeah, none of this stuff is really any good. Quama eggs are alright. We can use that. Redware flask, none of this stuff. I will never pick up redware unless it's for a quest. And I think there might be a quest where that requires redware. So let's get our knife equipped. We're not going to use it a whole lot, but we have it. Excuse me. In combat in Morrowind, if you think in terms of like the old tabletop games, everything is sort of like roll-based, random chance-based. So, you'll see weapons with a range of damage. 4 to 5 is really not much damage, but when you're swinging the weapon really fast, the speed makes up for the weapon damage. So that's a good little weapon for the beginning of the game. But we're gonna be aiming at getting some magic abilities, and that way we don't have to rely on it. These are just sorting tabs for our inventory. We don't have a magic menu yet. Alright, now you have a map menu. There's our little mini map of the world. And then this is generally how I set up I think the game already remembers how I set my menus up, but I'm probably gonna, for this playthrough, make the magic menu a little bigger because I use that a lot. If we're gonna play a magic class. Engraved Ring of Healing. That's just a freebie item that you get at the beginning. Equip it. Now we have a magic menu. Yay. Alright. I don't think there's anything else we can take here. I can't quite get over this wall, so can we take this lamp? Oh, we can. I actually did not know if we could do that or not. I really didn't know. Cool. So now we got our lamp. I think it has a limited time. I know torches do, so let's not burn it all at once. Spacebar to talk to the captain. Okay. I should probably put my knife away.
Your papers, please.
First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. What is your background? I am Celis Gravius. I just told you my background is not important. Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Uriel Septim, the Seventh himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are free, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. Duties. This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Kosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Kosades. They will know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you. A disbursal to your name. I feel like I should look up the word dispersal. Anyway, they gave me 87 gold. Here's a little backstory on Balmora. Is north of Serani. The road passes Pelagiad Village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmouth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. South Wall Corner Club is in southeast Balmora on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elone, the scout at Errol's Trade House, here in Serani. But take my advice. You're new here. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora, fast, cheap, safe, cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it. So he's recommending I use fast travel. Who is Caius? Report to Caius in Balmora. Can't tell you where to find him. But you are to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there can direct you to him. Alright, so we're headed to Balmora with our instructions to go see Mr. Kosades. And here we go. So now we have a journal. We can open our journal up. I think that's all we have so far. Report to Caius. Alright. And I really just cannot get over how beautiful this game looks with the graphics overhaul. I'm really happy with it. Got some mushrooms growing. Take those alchemy ingredients. Who are you? Yes, what do you want? If you're looking to get out of set I need, I'll be happy to give you a little advice. New here? Take the Silt Strider to Vivek or Balmora. Fast and cheap. No trouble with the wild animals. And smugglers and bandits and outlaws. Go see Darvain Blaren over at the Strider Port, over the bridge east along the water, and tell her Vadunius Nucius sent you. Alright, that's me. If you decide to take the Silt Strider, tell Darvan I sent you. Okay. Little secret. Someone attacks you, little advice, the latest rumors. My son was recently shipped up to Fort Frostmonth on the island of Solston. I don't know what he did to deserve that, but it could have been good. Couldn't have been good, okay. Solston is part of the DLC for Blood Moon, so kind of high level area, but we're not going to go there straight away.
I really don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Make it quick.
I love how I can just steal the lamps right off the side of the building. Alright. So this must be Ariel, as in Ariel's trade house. Welcome to Ariel's trade house. I am Ariel, publican and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. I'm not going to do that, necessarily. Alright, barter. And let's just give him these things. Do I want to sell the flint? Yeah, we're going to sell the flint too. That's 100 gold. Caius's notes. We got some. I don't think any of this is particularly valuable. We'll just keep it because I'd rather just have the ingredients to do some. Actually, it's scamps. It's only 10. Alright. Let's see. 100 gold. What can I get? What can I get? I don't really think there's anything in here I particularly want. Heart-wise, personality, self, no. Winter guest, 35 to 60 points. CV intervention, I may actually could use that. I've got about 200 gold to work with. I really don't think I want to take any of this stuff. Skeletal minion. You know what I really should do? Let me just sell this. And let me look at what abilities I got. So here's my magic menu. Engraved Ring of Healing. So based on our character creation selections, we got Heart Bite, Fire Bite, 15 to 30 points on touch, Hearth Heal. That's actually a big heal for 13 damage, or 13 mana. That's actually really good. And 100% chance to cast Ancestral Ghost, which is kind of a weak conjuration skill, but it's nice to have something to tank you. So I'm actually gonna. I'd like to have a missile. I'd like to have a ranged destruction ability, but this is actually really good. I'm very pleased with this with this group of things. If that's all I can have, and actually, Bound Dagger is really good. That's basically gives you a Daedric dagger to attack with. combined with our short blade skill is actually really, really good for conjuration. So, yeah, that's really good. I don't think I'm going to buy anything from him. I might get, how much is his, let's see what spells he has to offer. Fireball, well there you go, 2 to 20 points, 1 second, 5 feet. That's on touch. Father's Hand, Sanctuary. Or shock damage. 74. 2 to 20. 2 to 20. Fireball's cheaper, but I feel like more stuff is going to be immune to Fireball. Because of all the Dunmer. Is it the Dunmer? I think the Dunmer is immune to fire. So shock might actually be better. So I'm actually going to buy that so I have a ranged ability. And we'll get probably an upgraded version or something later. The other thing I'd really like, how much is this? 100? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Mortar and Pestle. Because I really don't want to steal one. I'm trying to play this as a real playthrough. Normally I just go steal one somewhere. Because I'm like that, but let's see, total cost is 106, so I have something else I can trade. This Ring of Healing is really not that great. I'm actually gonna... It's part of a quest, and the quest really isn't all that valuable either, I don't think. Well... yeah, let's just buy the Mortar and Pestle for now. So, let's go meet some of the folks up here in the tavern. Hriskar, I think he's the one that was supposed to sharpen the dagger. Look at you, friend. Perhaps you can, I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. Okay. See, I had a bad run. Blah, 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 blah. Playing 9 holes, lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. Usually keep some gold in our pockets for the money the locals pay us for protection, but I know some of them are holding out on me, especially that little fetcher Farga. Okay. Farga's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town, just not sure where. Already gone through his whole house. And this guy's kind of a jerk. He's basically roughed the guy up and extorting him for money. But, I don't know if I like Hriskar or Flatfoot or not. But I guess I'll do it. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is up on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all the said I need. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. Alright, cool. Oh, I really don't like his Hriskar though.
You like to
I thought he
dance
was a better
close to
person
the fire,
than that, but he's
don't you?
clearly not. He is rocking a badass beard. But, yeah, I think that's all he's really got going.
Come on, then.
Rick,
Say something or move
the
on.
Braggart, Rayflod. I never actually read these names when I'm playing the game by myself. I just sort of like, okay, here's a bald dude. Training. Can you give me any training? I really can't afford training yet. But, yeah, training super cheap. That's actually pretty good, but we'll skip that for now. I don't know if any of these people have services. Background rumors. Been told that the Empire has granted new charter to do some mining on Solstein. This is all stuff to get people to go to the expansion and ask, what's Solstein? That's a frozen island up in the north, right? Sounds awful to me. If you're looking to get there, you might check for transportation in Kull. Got a secret to share. Someone attacks you first. You have the right to defend yourself. Okay. Alright. Opportunities. What's that? The Vargafell lie in untapped wealth. Its rich mines and ancient treasures, unexplored and unclaimed lands, and even its threats represent limitless opportunity to any bold adventurer determined enough to fight and scheme his way to distinction, earning the attention of the great lords and wizards of Morrowind. You got nothing for us.
Go
Alright.
ahead, stranger.
Albesius. Political advice. Gateway to Morrowind. Are you looking for someone in particular? Ariel runs the trade house. Socius is the chief agent. Yeah, it's pretty much everybody in town that matters. Other than apparently Friskar, and he's beating people up for their money. I don't think I talked to Tolvis. I could have swore she was also at shop as well, or a vendor of some sort, but maybe I'm wrong. Latest rumors, sometimes you get different ones. Cousin claimed he saw a city in the water near Mjarbach. He's a drunkard, though, and spends too much time in the sun. Okay, well. Little advice, most Outlanders stick close to Imperial guilds and the legions, but you might consider service in one of the Dunmer Great Houses. They aren't real fond of Outlanders, and you have to look around hard for a patron, someone who will speak up for you. Help you advance to the higher ranks, but the great houses are where the real opportunities are. House Blalu and House Redoran are pretty reasonable. House Telvanni, the wizard house, they're another story. Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try. That sounds like the one for us, House Telvanni, but who knows? They can be a
Make
little.
it quick, Outlander.
I don't think they like Outlanders very much. So maybe they'll let us in, maybe they won't. Or maybe we'll find a place in one of the other houses. If you have an idea, if you have a preference, and want to see which one of the other storylines, maybe leave that in the comment section. So I think he said go to the lighthouse and wait. What time is it? 2 p.m. Okay, not quite nighttime yet. Yeah, if you'd like to see any of the factions, the Imperial guilds are the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Thieves Guild. Morrowind, on the island of Vardenfall, there's also the Temple cult, which is like the religious sect for the Dunmer. There's also the Imperial Legion, which is the military, the Emperor's military that you can join. And we can also join the Imperial cult, which is the Imperial religion. Who is this? Aver Vedrano. What are you doing in the lighthouse in the dark by yourself? I'm a commoner, okay. What is she doing in here? Imperial tax collectors have really started to get on everyone's nerves. Haven't seen the local one in a while, though. Not that anyone is complaining. So, if you've played Skyrim,
My time is precious.
the Imperial cult is the group that worships the 9 divines. So, if you played Skyrim, the divines that the Nords are following, that's Mara, that's Julianos, Zenithar, Arche, Akatosh, Stendar, Kennereth, Talos. Those are all the divines for the Imperial cult. The temple worships the tribunal, which we'll find out more about, but they also recognize the Daedra and the Aedra. So the Daedra being Shogarith, Azura, but the temple followers basically abandoned the traditional Daedric worship of the Dunmer, and they follow different gods now. So we can explore that. We can explore the Imperial cult, which is a good beginner faction. A lot of times when I watch Morrowind playthroughs by people who have never played the game, I don't think I've ever seen any of them. I don't think I've ever seen any of them explore the Imperial cult or the temple. Probably because the temple is really hard to join, and the Imperial cult is kind of on the fringe of the game. All of their quest givers are in like the same room. But it is the easiest one for a beginning player to learn, to get into the game and play. So here we have the race wedding dowry. Let's flip through these pages. If you want to pause it and read the story, you can. It looks like we got a skill point from it, so that's cool. I'm just kind of killing a little bit of time until we go rob Fargoth. I guess we're gonna go steal this. We'll take this too. It's worth some money. What we got? Grief, more strength potion. Good grief. All right. Let's see if we can't speed time up a little bit. I think he does this at night. Is what Briskar told us. So we need to speed up. Maybe like 4 or 5 hours. 5 hours. We'll go to 8 o'clock. Why not? There we go. That's perfect. Everybody's got their lights on. You can see the whole town from here. The fog's looking really good. I like these particle effects for the fog. So we're going to watch for somebody sneaking around town. I don't see anybody sneaking yet. There's a guard there and a guard there. We'll wait a couple minutes. I've set a 30-minute recording limit on these sessions too, so our recording limit is coming up quick, and this will be the end of the episode. Idle camera. I don't see anybody sneaking yet. That lady's just sort of wandering around down there. Looks like there's a gentleman looking passionately at the pond at night. Taking a little leisurely stroll in the dark. I'm going to pause the recording here and start the next session. I'll see you in the next episode here.